After learning the rules behind Ricci, we can now go into the basics of how Ricci scoring works. I will also discuss some simple but important strategies you should consider when taking on Ricci for the first time. Like in other styles of Mahjong, initially discarding insignificant, unnecessary, or so-called cold tiles is advisable. Now let's take a look at what sets Ricci apart. Almost always, the minimum value for a hand is 1 Yaku. There are multiple hands that can cover that requirement, but several are the easiest, and thus the most used. The most basic way to get a Yaku in RCR is to declare Ricci. To do this, take your hand to a waiting state by clicking the Ricci button before discarding the pre-waiting tile. If you're not Furryton and the 5 counter rule isn't applied, you can now wait for your winning tile, claim it, and win. You can learn more about 5 counters, declaring Ricci, and avoiding Furryton in the Ricci competition rules video. Another way to score a Yaku is to assemble an honor pung. An honor pung can be a dragon pung, pung of the wind of your seat, or pung of the wind of the round. Note that Ricci games can be of quick mahjong, 1 round or 2 round types. So you only have east and south winds as wind of the round. A pinfu is a simple closed hand, similar to the chicken hands in Chinese official mahjong. You are required to have only chows in your hand in a valueless pair. The winning tile has to close a two-sided chow. When assembling this hand, do not meld any sets. Use the winning tile either from a player or from the wall. A mixed triple chow is also a well-known hand. It requires you to build a hand with the same 3 chows in all 3 suits: bamboo, characters, and dots. Other known hands that cover the 1 minimum point requirement are pure straight, chows of 1 to 9 in the same suit, outside hand, all the sets contain terminals, honors, and at least 1 chow, or fully concealed hand, all the tiles are concealed, and you win on a self-draw. Note that some of the hands are worth 2 Yaku if the hand is concealed. You can check out the most expensive Ricci hands, which are called Yakuman, in the scoring section. Absolutely every player must maintain their attention at which tiles they discard. Make sure not to need them further, otherwise you become Furryton. Also, the counters which are displayed on the right side of the table, if the counters are 5 or more, you need to make a hand with at least 2 Yaku. And as in every style of Mahjong, always check the minimum points before joining the game. All players, white belts and black belts alike, should not neglect going through the whole rules and scoring section for Ricci. Your first green belt might seem easy, but reaching higher belts will require an in-depth knowledge of the rules.